Because it's cherry season.
It is
right?
cherry season.
What
Thanks,
better way
Ash.
to enjoy this sweet summer fruit like Seth Stepman than in a cobbler?
Okay,
Here to show us how to make it is Tinky Weiss, black food writer at Tinky Cooks, and Chef Michael Collins from GreenEmporium.com in Ponte and Shelburne Falls. Nice to have you both here.
So good to be here.
Look at this cute little cherry. It looks fake because it's so cute.
Doesn't it? And it's so fresh. I went to Clarkdale Fruit Farms yesterday, and I had to wait because they were picking them.
Because it's that season.
It's a short season. They're so good. This is a tart cherry. It's called a balaton. It's a
fancy sounding
Hungarian variety of cherry. Ooh. You can taste it. It's tart, but it's got a little sweet, and it's got this gorgeous color. It's perfect for cooking.
But they're grown locally.
They're grown in Deerfield, and Clarkdale is just about to celebrate its 100th birthday.
Isn't that something?
Birthday. They're having a big open house on the 19th if you guys are free.
Oh, very cool. We were up there last year for cider days.
It's I just love going there. So anyway, these are the perfect things to use. So I thought we'd start by maybe, do you want to try pitting a cherry?
I've never pitted a cherry before.
Well, this might be your day.
And I can't stand, I love cherries, but eating them and having to eat around the pit, you know what I mean, Michael?
Fingers.
Oh, the fingers. It's the whole thing.
See, I did mine by hand, so I had to wash my hands.
Well, yeah, two ways. How do you traditionally do it if you don't have the coolest device
Michael
going?
does it
by hand.
with a knife.
Do you like eat half of it?
No, I don't.
Or you can eat half of it.
He doesn't.
I'm going to try one of these.
This way.
All right, you show us how you do it.
Okay. You show us
get in
yours,
here,
and then
Michael.
you show yours,
Ready?
I'll show mine.
You ready?
Oh, he's going to be faster. But see, mine comes out whole.
Let's see.
This is from OXO, and it goes boom. Well,
No.
sometimes it goes boom.
Good.
You just remove it. But see,
Sometimes
it looks,
oldie but goodies.
Yeah.
Hands are the way to
it
go.
looks whole.
But
Most
see,
of
I
the
don't
time, the
use
pit
gloves.
just comes
if
right
you're
out.
doing them, a lot of them, you should use gloves because
Yeah.
it stains
Right.
your hand.
That's true.
It does a little bit, but it's such a good. Then you can lick your hands. But we're not going to, because we're going to make cherry pie.
People are watching.
Go,
this.
Ashley, see, came right out.
Yeah, I got the
You
magic
got the magic touch.
So
Yeah.
now, once we've pitted our cherries, what's the next
Okay,
step?
what we do is we take them, and when I arrived, I did this. This is 4 cups of cherries in my saucepan. I added them to a little sugar, a little cornstarch. I know you've been talking a lot about genetically modified foods.
You watch Mass Appeal.
I do. You can buy, look, it says non-GMO on my jar of cornstarch.
There we
Just
go.
ask at your health food store. Where does it say it? Well, never mind. Anyway, look, and you will find
Just
it.
look and ask,
You
and
can
you'll get
get
your
non-genetically modified cornstarch. So we cook this. When it comes to a boil, we boil it for a minute. But we don't have to do that because I already have it here.
Okay, so this is like a rendered, cooked down version.
This is the cornstarch thickens it. It looks a little bit like cherry pie filling.
It does.
Now we take our
Spoon and you eat it by the spoonful.
well, you could do that, and you could use that
I
as
hold
like.
that for you?
Well, we're gonna make our crust. So this is flour, baking powder, salt.
Flour, baking powder, salt, butter,
Cut in some butter.
and don't go easy on the butter.
sweet
Have a good
butter?
time with it.
Now, Michael, do you bake or do you primarily cook? I know there's a big difference between the two, right?
I do a cobbler once in a while.
He's been known to cobbler.
The
I do
reason
a
the
pie,
cobbler.
but no, baking is a specialty. So I'm not a baker, but I made bread. You know, I mean, but not as a steady thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But you do more like the nice fancy entrees
Yes,
and that
yeah.
kind of thing.
But one of the reasons we're doing a cobbler is it's one of the simplest things in the world to do.
I was going to say, yeah, and this, you're just folding it in lightly. It's not like we need to pulverize it, right?
No, exactly. You just want little chunks of butter. And if I had brought my pastry blender, it'd be even better, but knives will do it.
Oh, I didn't. I was like, gosh, I've never seen this technique before. But then again, I don't bake ever, so.
Never?
So
You bake on Mass Appeal all the
I was
time.
going to say, I've seen you bring cookies in before.
But yeah, you know what those are? Those are like buy the dough and slice
Would
it.
somebody
throw it in the oven.
please
That's a good point.
whisk together my egg and my
can do
milk?
that. There
you
It's
go,
a quarter cup of milk and 1 egg.
That's
Now,
up your, that's
there
in your
are
repertoire.
people who believe that you really want almond flavoring with cherries, so you could put a little almond flavoring with those. I myself just want the cherries today because they're so fresh and delicious and local.
Okay, perfect.
So we're just doing cherries. You could also put vanilla in. You could put whole almonds in. You could put ginger. We're just not going to do any of that. Okay, you know what? This isn't quite mixed, but who cares? Because
Yeah.
we're on TV. Let's go ahead and mix that in.
This in?
In it goes.
Okay. There we are.
There we
We're
go.
having fun.
Well, that's the important thing. And you know what? It's going to taste good. May I have that fork, please?
I would love to give you this fork.
Thank you, my darling. Then we just miss. I mean, how easy is this?
Now, what would that was just an egg and milk?
Egg and milk.
Okay.
And then the baking powder and
the flour and
the salt.
salt and the butter.
So
and
this
then
makes our topping.
This is our topping, so we're going to
It is
just
easy.
finish it fast because I know we're on a time constraint.
The two of you are a good team, too. She bakes.
Okay, Michael, would you like to do the honors?
Absolutely.
Maybe a little more mixing.
And then we're going to pop this in the oven at what temperature and for how long?
400 for 20 to 25 minutes. So by the time we're back making gazpacho.
And you know what the cobbler means?
What does
What?
it mean?
It means, you see how you put it on? In little, like cobblestones.
It's like a little cobbled street.
Oh, wow.
I was going to call it a plot pie, so yours is much more
I
elegant.
think
you're
plot
plopping
pie,
it on
I
there.
like,
But
I
when
think
you're
that might be
saying
the new
cobbler,
name.
people say, where did they get cobbler? It's from the street. You know how the stones...
Older streets have those.
Good.
Isn't
So
that
it
something?
makes you feel good when you just plop and go.
And
put
yes.
it in the oven. Doesn't have to be pretty.
But you know, I think the name cherry plop pie, I think that could be a real whole new
better
name.
than dump cake,
It's a
right?
tough sell.
Well, thanks
It's a
for
tough
being
sell.
here. We're going to be back with you. We're going to be making.
Gazpacho.
Before we leave, I just want to show that I'm sprinkling sugar on top.
Little sugar. You know who loves sugar?
Sanding sugar.
Pixie dust.
22 News Storm Team meteorologist Nick Bannon
Nick,
loves
my
his sugar.
darling. He sure does.
We're back with Tiki Weisblatt, who is dancing, Michael Collins, who is not. Now we're making a cherry gazpacho soup. We should rectify this. By the end of the show, I want us all dancing.
Absolutely.
No problem. All right, let's.
The soup will make us dance, I think.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Well, the cobbler's out of the oven.
Yeah, but we have to eat the main course before we have the
All
dessert.
right. It
All
does
right.
look good, though. So how do we start making this gazpacho?
Okay. This is a pound of plum tomatoes that have been seeded and juiced. You know, you take the juice, most of the juice out, and the seeds.
Now, most of those large containers, if people are going to buy canned tomatoes, those are a 16-ounce can, so that's
Yes,
the same thing. So one
absolutely. And this is a pound of cherries,
Okay.
pitted. Now, what I use is some Rainier cherries because those are a little too sour for the gazpacho. So I
But you
added
got a mixture.
I add a mixture.
Oh, okay. To tone
Then-
it down a little.
Yes, and then I'm going to put in these beautiful blanched almonds.
can. Okay, they're slivered. Make it a little
Slivered.
bit easier for you.
Small onion.
You don't need a lot.
No.
It packs the punch.
And
Some garlic?
a little garlic.
That's what I'm talking about.
There you go.
I missed it.
try, Seth.
And,
All right, next time. Better luck next time. There we go.
Ooh, I would have helped you, Michael.
I know you would have. There we go.
He's a man of
Now,
steel.
I want to just
Yes,
take
that's
that and
impressive.
zest that. You want to zest
Sure,
that
I'd love
for me?
to. Here we are.
This,
Well,
just
it's better
this
to
one.
zest that one.
Sure, right
You're
into here.
Yes.
All right.
I'll zest.
What's
Since
great
I'm
about-
closer to the.
My
what-
neighbor Florette used to say that if you eat only red food, you'll be extremely healthy. And boy, are we going to be healthy today.
Oh,
say.
right, Florette. She knew what she was
I
talking
love
about.
Florette.
Nice lady.
Yeah.
And
She was
seemingly.
crazy.
She was
but,
crazy, but
but she loved Michael's lemon meringue pie.
and she wore great
Crazy's
jewelry.
not a bad thing.
She wore great jewelry.
You've got the best assortment of friends and neighbors. It's overwhelming. Like, go through the.
She
the
worked for
archives
Capitol
of-
Records,
of
didn't
Tinky's-
she?
She worked for Columbia.
Columbia. All right.
Yeah.
Is that enough zest?
Yes, that's perfect.
Okay.
And then I'm going to add a little small
Chipotle.
Chipotle pepper.
chipotle.
Okay.
All right? And then half a cup of the best olive oil that you can afford.
Okay.
That's what I usually say.
In
but
my
see,
case,
I
it's
knew
not
that
very
this was, I measured this, so I knew there was a cup in here, so I knew.
Oh, I was going to say.
I'm
half
not
of
that
it?
good.
Oh, he's good.
And then a little bit of, about a tablespoon of
that would be more than a tablespoon.
Hey,
but do we
now what's
care?
this going on here?
Oh, that is homemade veggie stock.
Okay, here you
But you
go.
can use,
Homemade.
as Julia Child used to say, you could use water.
Oh, that's
Or
what she.
chicken stock if
Yes.
you really want that.
Now,
but
did I forget anything? Yes.
your
2 tablespoons of mint.
Okay.
Yeah, your 2 tablespoons are
And
very
this
generous.
is 2 tablespoons of cilantro or parsley, your choice.
Now, the best
Okay.
part about doing it in a high-powered blender like this is that you don't really need to worry about chunking anything up too small. You can keep it thick.
Now, did I
Throw it
forget anything?
I
I feel
Oh,
garlic.
salt.
Oh, we got it.
Oh,
Salt is good.
salt.
We like salt.
Sea salt. We can't forget it.
Okay.
There we go.
Salt.
So you throw it all in there.
Throw it all in
Okay,
there.
ba-boom.
And then
Yeah.
we make sure that I use
There it is. Look at that go.
the ice crusher because of the nuts.
Oh, right. You got to crush up the nuts.
Now I'm going to do the blending.
Okay, lovely. Look at that nice color.
Great. So gazpacho, you serve it chilled.
This now goes into the refrigerator. best to do it overnight because those flavors are going to marry.
To meld.
And
okay.
then it's not sour and it's not sweet. It's perfect once it's
and you're going to find out
cool.
right now.
You're going to find out right now.
Serve
Let's
it
pour
up.
it up.
Thank you, Michael and
While
Tinky.
you're
What a
doing
pleasure.
that,
Can I
to hang
move?
out.
You can move. Come on over. We want to thank our friends at Jerocia Florist. Take a look at these flowers. Aren't they so